PC does not have backwards compatibility. Try playing any CD-ROM from before 2005 on modern hardware. Hell, try playing floppy disks.
Well, I don't have any floppy disks, but I do have a few physical PC games from before 2005. Let's test this shit. First up is Sonic Mega Collection Plus from 2002. Now right off the bat the installer works perfectly fine because it is a 32-bit application. Some installers are 16-bit and those will not natively run under 64-bit versions of Windows. But there are workarounds. The game installs perfectly fine, but there is a single problem. Microsoft removed support for the on-disk DRM, SafeDisk 4, years ago due to security concerns, so I will need to replace the executable with one without the DRM. However, there are some DRM-free copies of the game floating around from the Sonic PC collection, so overall I don't think it should be held against me. Plus, if the DRM support wasn't removed, the game would play fine. Next up is Halo Combat Evolved from 2003. This game has no issues installing or running. It also uses a version of SafeDisk for the DRM, but it's an earlier version with no security concerns, so support was never removed. I really don't have much else to say. And finally is Mega Man Bunroku Persona from 1999, but this release specifically is from 2000. The installer is 16-bit, meaning it doesn't natively run on 64-bit versions of Windows. However, by installing a program called WinVDM, you restore backwards compatibility with 16-bit applications. The game itself is a 32-bit application, so natively runs on every version of Windows going back to Windows 95. This idea that PC is not quote-unquote backwards compatible is just a really fucking ignorant thing to say. Even without true backwards compatibility, which for the most part we have, there's numerous pieces of software that are made with the purpose of restoring compatibility to games. Virtual machines and emulators exist as ways to run the actual correct operating system on your device to get around issues caused by Microsoft's compatibility mode. Fan patches keep games playable on modern versions of Windows. Wrappers exist to translate the rendering code into something that modern hardware can understand. The only real difference between these and something like Xbox backwards compatibility is that Microsoft isn't doing it themselves. And considering that their official backwards compatibility program for Xbox 360 games was abandoned years ago, it's probably a good thing.